Good afternoon. How many of us here feel all wrong should be made right? By a show of hands. Interesting. Reparations is not an abstract concept. It is something that the United States government has done before. One side of the aisle is for it, one side of the aisle is not. Having done extensive research over the past 2 weeks, conducted several in-person interviews with everyday Americans, and being a descendant of a slave myself, I have become knowledgeable on this topic. Today I will inform you on what the issues of reparations is. Second, I will inform you on the Republicans' view on the issue. And finally, I will discuss the Democrats' view on the issue. Let me first inform you on what reparations is. It is a hotly contested issue. Reparations, essentially, by definition, is the paying of money or offering aid to a specific party or community who has been unduly wronged. For example, fines and lawsuits that the general public are subject to if they purposefully or negligibly harm another member of the public. Breaking an item in a store and being responsible for that item, paying for it, is a form of reparations called restitution. Norma Mineta, a California congressman and Secretary of Transportation, said in 1990 that the country made a mistake and admitted it was wrong. He says he offered an apology. They offered an apology and a redress payment. The beauty and the strength of a country is that it is able to admit wrong and offer redress. The United States government has officially offered reparations 66 different times to different communities or countries who were unduly wronged or exploited. Payments range from a couple $100s to upwards of $500 million to various communities and countries. The United States, as well as other countries, has famously paid huge amounts of reparations to certain communities who have been unduly wronged. For example, West Germany agreed to pay the young nation of Israel $7 billion for reparations as a result of the Holocaust. The United States government issued about $1.6 billion to Japanese Americans who suffered from internment during World War II. Now that I have discussed what reparations are, I will discuss my second point: how the Republicans on the Republican side of the aisle views this topic. In an interview with The Hill in 2019, President Donald Trump said regarding reparations, he doesn't see it happening. Many of his constituents feel the same regarding reparations. Larry Elder, a conservative politician who ran for California governor, said on July 18th during an appearance on the Candace Owens show and accused the black community of playing the victim card. Mitch McConnell made his stance clear when he declared that no reparations bill will pass while he is in control of the Senate. Are there any Republicans for reparations, you may ask? In April of 2020, the House Judiciary voted on H.R. 40, which was a bill to analyze how reparations would be paid. Not one Republican voted in favor of the bill. No counterproposal was offered by the Republicans. There are currently no Republican-sponsored bills that advance the discussion of reparations, but the Republicans are not completely tone-deaf. Republicans joined Democrats in bipartisan support for making Juneteenth a national holiday. Mitch McConnell, the same man who said a bill will never be passed while he is in control of the Senate, acknowledged in 2019 America's original sin of slavery, while also acknowledging the issues and the complexities of figuring out who would receive payments or not. I have so far informed you on first, what reparations are. Second, the Republican sentiment towards reparations. And now, finally, I will inform you on the Democrat side of the aisle and their view on reparations. While campaigning for president in 2020, Joe Biden made a promise on reparations when he said a Biden administration will study a bill and support reparations. Many of his constituents feel the same regarding reparations. Democratic Sheila Jackson Lee in 2021 said, "This is not a cry for a handout. It is a cry for acknowledgement that there has never been a response to the unpaid labor that has helped build this nation off the backs of slaves." Democratic Representative of California Barbara Lee said in 2021, "I believe in terms of raising the level of awareness and the whys and the importance of reparation to getting H.R. 40 passed. Are there any Democrats who oppose reparations? While President Biden has promised to support a study into reparations, he has yet to publicly endorse any bill on it. Bernie Sanders was quoted in 2019 saying, "There are better ways to address racial inequalities than just writing a check." Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States, who during her campaign for presidency in 2019 said that she would support other measures to help the Black community other than reparations. For instance, investment in HBCUs, investment in criminal justice reformation, and improving healthcare inadequacies that seem to target Black communities. The H.R. 40 reparations bill is an important bill that's been hotly contested between both sides. It was commissioned to study and develop reparations proposal for how African Americans who are the descendants of slaves would be paid and how much. Reparations, aid, and other measures to remedy the effects of slavery will also be discussed and proposed in that bill. The deployment for reparations is unduly wronged. The deployment of reparations for unduly wronged people has been issued before by the United States and other countries. But bipartisan support for the descendants of slaves has been hotly contested. For reparations for the descendants of slaves has been hotly contested. In conclusion, I hope you all have realized the issue and complexity regarding bipartisan support for reparations. As an American, whether you are Republican, Democrat, Independent, how do you feel about the topic of reparations? Whether it should be deployed or not? No matter what party you're affiliated with, the discussion of reparations is a hard one that has continued to be discussed as social justice movements continue to gain steam throughout this country. Thank you for your time.